Hey, what is up, guys? It is Harrison Barron, the Millennial Entrepreneur. Now, in this video, I want to talk to you guys about how to manage a Facebook account from we'll call it a ghost account. So I'm actually going to be making two videos. This one is going to be the whole concept behind it, and the second one is actually going to be the one where I'm going to show you exactly how to do it and what other people are doing. So to start off with, how do you manage a Facebook page if you don't want somebody to know about you, essentially? And believe it or not, this is something that comes up pretty often where, a business owner doesn't want to be in the spotlight, and not for any particular reason. They just don't want to be in the spotlight. So how do they go around managing their Facebook page, essentially, is really the question that we're trying to answer. So there's two ways to do it. One, you have to have a profile attached to a Facebook page. There is no one without the other. Now, you can create a profile, then a page, and then remove the profile as long as there is another profile that is an admin on that page. The reason why this is important, and by the way, my dog chewed my hands up, he's still a puppy. The reason why this is important is because the Facebook doesn't register a page to nobody. You can't just create this magical thing. What I've seen a lot of people do to overcome this is a couple different things. Either one, they'll just obviously have their main account. They'll lock everything, delete everything, go back to just one picture where they can still see all their friends, family, and anything like that, but they're not interacting with anybody. They're almost blocked from everything. They hide everything. It's completely private. But the only thing that they do have it for is to manage their, typically this is a business page, but it could be a page for anything, essentially. Now, why is this important? Well, this now gives the person the ability to still post on this page and things like that. And when posts are actually posted on that page, they're going to be shared by that page. There's no, it's not related to somebody, if that makes sense. But what you can do, and this is something that a lot of people also do, is they will share to a page, not just that page sharing that item. So it's the person sharing onto that page. So it'll say, Harrison shared something with, we'll say, growth generators, right? And then boom, now it shows both of our names. This is not good because now somebody can go through and find out who I am. Now, obviously, I make YouTube videos and that really wouldn't impact me, but for some people, they don't want to be associated with that. So as long as you have a profile associated with as long as you have a personal profile associated with a business page or anything like that, or just a page in general, you're going to be able to manage that page. Now, what you could do is completely start a new account, delete your old account, and it doesn't have to be any specific name. It just has to be tied to an email address. And as long as you don't really use it much, you're probably going to be fine. Now, you could take that new account and manage that page and only share from that page. Don't share from your profile. You have to actually go into that page, and I'm going to actually show this in the next video. So watch this, because this is conceptually how to do it. The next video is going to be exactly how to do it, hands-on. And then you'll be able to go and, almost act as if you're yourself, but through that page. This will allow you to share, comment, or anything like that, engage with followers or anything that you might want, grab page likes, anything like that, that would help you grow that page specifically. Now, the other thing that you could do, and if you don't really want to use Facebook, but you're like, hey, I need to be on that platform because obviously my customers are on there, there's kind of a little bit of a workaround, and it's very strange. You can use a third-party app, such as eClincher, Buffer, Hootsuite, there's a dozen of them out there, that you can share things to those pages. Now, each tool allows different functionality and what you can and can't do. So if you're looking for certain functionality, go check out Hootsuite, Buffer, eClincher. I will make sure I leave all the links down below. But essentially, these are going to be really, really important for being able to create content and blast it out on those pages. So the nice part about this is you can now grab your phone, go anywhere with it, and ultimately, you don't need to be on your Facebook. You can just share things right from there. Now, a lot of these apps are limited. Facebook is very limited. Instagram is very limited. And the reason why this is important is because you can't always post multiple pictures, typically to Instagram or LinkedIn. On Facebook's side, it's usually a little bit easier. Facebook's actually, believe it or not, a little more forgiving because there's so many businesses on it, but they don't want you to post multiple pictures all the time on Instagram. So if you're doing this method, you can go get one of these softwares, you can schedule out your content, you can go in there, you can kind of engage. Like I said, some of them have limitations, some of them are a little better than others. Personally, at my agency, we use eClincher. It just offers, without a doubt, the best functionality, but it is definitely one of the more expensive ones for the package that we have. If you're going on the cheaper side, Hootsuite, Buffer, I think they're right around free to about 15 or 20 bucks a month, which is reasonable for most people and most business owners. So that is how you're actually going to be able to share content, but you have to have one profile associated with that page. You can't just have a page floating around in the open, not associated with a person. Now, the other workaround, too, is if you only want to pump content through there and you don't want to be on Facebook at all otherwise, you can hire a company like mine or another social media marketing agency where we can remove you, we can completely get rid of anything, any trace of you being there, and we just manage the company page. We can then give you a login to one of our softwares that we use. Like I said, at my agency, we use eClincher. I can create an account, and you can go in there and run your whole account. So not only are you able to run your whole account through there, you could see what we're doing, we could see what you're doing, making sure that everything's smooth. We'll check all the messages for you and things like that, and ultimately make your life way easier. This is hugely desirable because now the business owner really doesn't have to do much, but they can go in there, they can schedule everything. They have one app to do it all. It'll tell them all the restrictions, what they should do, shouldn't do, first comment, hashtags, all that kind of stuff. It really makes it super easy to manage, and it's not so colorful. It's very much so bland. All of them are, because that's the whole point. It's to remove that, like, I want to be on it, I want to be on it, I want to be on it. You're there, get the job done, and then you leave. That is how you can now manage, post, create content for these pages, and ultimately you don't actually have to be on the platform, but you can transfer that ownership to somebody else and then just trust them to run it. Now, obviously, if you stop paying your bill, somebody may hold it ransom, and I've seen other digital marketing agencies do that. I think it's quite wrong, but if you're not paying your bill, then that's to their discretion, right? And then at some point or another down the road, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years down the road, if you want to take back your profile, right, then you can create another account, ask for a transfer. They'll transfer the ownership of that, transfer your account basically over. So your account will then become the admin, and then we remove our accounts, and then it's your page again. But you can't just have a page living out there. It has to be attached to somebody. So either an admin, another company, maybe another person in the company, if you want to completely remove yourself from the equation. But if you want to share some stuff, you have to be really careful, because you can go in there and act as the page and then share things that you might see, but you can't do it from your person and say, hey, Harrison shared to growth generators, and then it says both of your names. So it's really the process that you go through, and I do recommend, if this is something that's interesting to you, test it out a couple different ways. Test it out from your phone, test it out. It'll actually show you, and it'll say, hey, you are being an admin and you're a user of this page now, as opposed to a visitor to that page. So that'll be the way you can figure out and move and adjust and modify your page, and ultimately not have it come back to you. So these are really the only ways that you could run your Facebook page. I'm unaware of any other way to do it. We run, I don't know, 50, 60 social media accounts, and this is the only way that we've figured out how to do it. The other, when I say ghost profile, the other way that you could do it, and typically a lot of agencies like myself will do this, even though we don't, they'll create a completely different account. So that way, every time it's something shared, it's shared by that person. Now, the only thing is the admins can see who shared it, and the public can't, but they'll have that as the one admin account. So for my agency right now, currently we have one main account. It's one of our team members that is that person. But for other agencies, they'll just use one Facebook profile that is attached to all of these. Then they all integrate to that platform, and then that platform you can run basically all the marketing, all the posts, or anything like that you want to use. But essentially, you can't just go in there without a profile. You need to have a profile associated with that page, especially if you as the business owner want to go in there and mess around with it. If that's the case, you need to have a profile, whether or not it's a second profile, or you delete everything off your profile, or you just, block, make complete privacy settings, add another account, and you can go in as that other account and do whatever you need to do. So you don't remove your profile, you just make one profile completely private, and the other one is just really your management account to make sure that you can get on there, you can go check everything and stuff like that. So I hope this video helps. I know it's kind of a weird explanation. On the next video, I am going to show you guys how to do it, and really sketch it out on a whiteboard of how you have to have something tied to it all the time. This should help tremendously. So this is a 2-part series. Hope you guys enjoy this one. If you guys do, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and the notification bell so you never miss another video on how to grow your business. I know that there's a lot of people struggling with this kind of stuff. And if you guys have questions about your business and you want to talk to somebody, or you need advice, or just want another video on how to grow your business, leave a comment down below. It's the easiest way for me to, 1, get good ideas, and 2, I will probably make a video in direct response to what you want to do. Which, if you're asking that question, this question came from one of my friends, I'm happy to help. This is something I want to do, and this is something I have a lot of expertise in. It's what I do literally for a living. So if you guys have questions, please leave them down below. I will literally tell you guys what I can and can't do. And if it's a video that's outside my comfort zone, I'm actually going to get experts on my channel. So in the near future, I'm going to be having a insurance expert. I just released an insurance video not that long ago to talk about insurance and how you need and don't need and all that kind of stuff. So stay tuned. I have a bunch of new content coming out for you guys. My name is Harrison Mann, the Millennial Entrepreneur. I'll see you guys later. Bye.